Always. Always. Is that the question?
Kind of, sort of.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of race guys the way they race you, and race guys the way they race you, and I got no problem with talking about it either. So, personally, I'm really excited about this week, and, not afraid to speak my mind.
What was, you had a bit of a kerfuffle, however you want to pronounce it, at Road America, and after that you were laser focused. Who kind of got to you and said, let's look at the big picture?
I mean, I think everyone who's close to me, they kind of know the situation, but for me personally, I try and take it as a learning experience. I'm not glad of the outcome for the other people, but I'm glad for the outcome for me and going through that experience to learn. So with that being said, I think I have learned. I don't want to say never say never, but I don't plan on racing that way ever again. It's just heat of the moment, and trying to take it as a learning experience, taking it, hey, I made a mistake, how can I grow, how can I be better, and not let something like this happen again, because obviously it made a big mistake, and it's part of it, but it's just how you rebound from it and how you learn from it, and yeah.
Do you think competing in the cup level, especially with Hendrick the last couple weeks, to help you kind of go into with this championship with a more mature mindset?
No, not really. I just have been trying to have as much fun as possible, enjoy it. My last year in Xfinity, so we obviously want to win, but I think last year I wasn't really myself. I was so overly trying to be focused and didn't appreciate the opportunity, didn't enjoy it and take a second to look around and think, man, this is super cool. I was just very, very tunnel vision on the task at hand, and this year just going into it with a completely different approach of, hey, it's going to be what it's going to be. I feel like we're prepared. Don't got to change anything up. We're obviously, I'd say, the top dog coming into this race weekend. We didn't get here by accident. We have won, and we've won a lot, and we've earned our way into the playoffs here, or the Final Four. So it's going to be exciting. It's definitely a privilege to be a part of this group of 3.5 men, and just really excited to race for a championship.
The news broke a little bit early about Jimmie Johnson, and my sources tell me it's a done deal over at GMS. What would it mean to have a guy like Jimmie Johnson be part of the ownership group there? What does he bring to the table?
I think I'm just really excited to work with Eric Jones and Maury Gallagher and Mike Beam. My crew chief Luke's going over there. Dave Ellens is over there. So really excited to work with those guys and really focus on how to build that program up and become a better race car driver, learn the next gen cars. So great teammate with Eric Jones. Obviously Dave, we have a past relationship, and I think just all in all, I'm really excited for the opportunity next year.
What could you learn from a 7-time champion like Jimmie Johnson?
I think Richard Petty's a great champion of our sport, and I think he's been around the block. He's been through this sport, a lot. So with that being said, Richard Petty and the Petty family, that's a huge name to drive for and learn from. So definitely excited for that.
What would it be like to have 2 7-time champions under the roof at GMS?
Well, I've won 7 NASCAR championships on NASCAR Inside Line for Xbox, and so to have those 2 would be cool.
Do you have any thoughts on Jimmie Johnson as a 7-time champion?
Yeah, I think Jimmie's a great guy, and he's been doing great in IndyCar. I've been following along all this year, so pretty cool for him.
Did you admire him when you were coming up racing as somebody that you looked up to?
I just really looked up to Richard Petty, and him being kind of a face of NASCAR and whatnot. That iconic cowboy hat is just so iconic, and really appreciate all Richard Petty's done for our sport.
What's your style, early Elvis?
Early Elvis? What's that mean?
Well, I'm just, you're a Vegas guy.
My style is just me. Just like to have fun, enjoy it. Prepared, hard-nosed racer that just likes to have fun and doesn't really give a shit.
No, as far as
There's your quote.
nice. As far as Ty
Take
Gibbs
it over,
goes,
kids.
Richard Petty.
Obviously, you don't mind taking the jab at Ty, and I know that there's been some disdain between the two of you in the past. How did that change at all last week? Or did it worsen? And how do you anticipate racing him this week in Phoenix?
I just race guys the way they race myself, and I've gotten cleaned out by him a couple times. So I've made that very clear in person, face to face, nose to nose. Kind of behind the scenes where not a lot of people were, and I think he's got the message.
How do you balance kind of whether there's hard feelings there or whatever the relationship between the two of you is? How do you balance that on the racetrack while you're also still trying to focus on the task at hand and just going to win a championship?
I just try and kick their ass every weekend, be the most prepared when I get to the racetrack, the most, prepared. And I've raced Josh Berry, Brandon Jones, guys who super clean, race them really hard but with a lot of respect, and they race me really hard with a lot of respect. And you got other guys like Little Man, and I don't know. I don't really think anybody in the industry has too much respect for him, but we're just focused on winning this championship for our team, and gonna do whatever it takes if you're racing a guy like that.
You guys have 3 cars in this championship 4. What's the mood in the shop been this week? I assume there's been a little bit added motivation because of that, and because of what happened last week. So what's the mood in the shop been like?
Well, I think it's been business as usual. The 9 team, we were there till 11 o'clock the other night, Monday night, drinking beers, eating pizza, having fun, listening to music. We're laid back, we're relaxed, we're ready to go have fun, and just, the result's gonna be what it's gonna be. As long as you show up prepared and you're ready to go, no different than any other race. We won here in the spring. It's not gonna be easy by any means, but we know how to do it. It's nothing new to us, so that's kind of a mindset that we have. It's one last ride at JRM. It's last race. Let's go enjoy it. This is a privilege to be able to be a part of this. And there's only 3.5 guys who get to be a part of this. So it's really special, and we're looking forward to the opportunity.
Speaking of fun,
to reflect this week on just this being your last ride with JRM in the 19?
Yeah, I've gotten a helmet painted for this last race, and wanted that to reflect some key moments and cool moments, some pictures on there of my time at Junior Motorsports, and we had a beer toast from Homestead this past Monday, and just special, just kind of emotional too, just because everyone's just so excited, they're emotional, it's bittersweet. I shook everyone's hand at the shop the other day after our beer toast, and just told them thank you, and they're like, man, we're going to miss you, we really are, and that means a lot to me, to be able to leave a mark there, and just some stuff that they've said has been extra motivation for me. So I know they're all excited for this championship. It's a great opportunity for Junior Motorsports too. 3 cars in the Final 4. That's really big. I mean, it takes your shots of winning from 50%, what looked like with the white flag, to 75% to win a championship. That's really big odds. So we're going to do everything in our power possible, and just try and enjoy this last one.
You got any favorite memories of being with like Josh or Justin? Of course, you've had this tremendous bond. What is your grand memory in that tenure with your close friends in the sport?
Yeah, just remember them as not even really competitors, but just friends. We came out here on the flight last night, and Josh Berry I was on the same flight as him. His daughter was on the flight, and I was kicking a water bottle with her at baggage claim on the ground, just trying to keep her entertained and whatnot. Just, I don't know, it's just fun. We're a family, and just enjoying the time that we got with each other. We'll still be friends, at the end of the day, but being with each other every weekend, past couple of years, it's definitely emotional. One last one.
What are you going to do with the helmet after this race?
Definitely probably put it in my living room or something.